Here we go with a 2006 Buick Lacrosse, and on this repair, we'll be changing out the wheel hub assembly. So if you look at the new hub assembly, you see there's 3 bolts that basically attaches it to the drive shaft. Tools needed here will be a 34 millimeter for the drive shaft nut. We had to use a 15 millimeter, a 13 millimeter, an extension, ratchet, jack stand, and jack. Okay, first thing you want to do is position the jack so we can start removing the wheel. Okay, with the 3/4 socket, we remove the wheel. All right, with the wheel off, we have to remove the axle nut, and we have to remove the whole caliper and housing. From the back side, if you can get off up in there, there's going to be a bolt on the top of the drive shaft, and then there's going to be 2 on the side. So let us take off the drive axle nut, then we're going to take off the brake caliper with the brake housing, and then we're going to show you the video. You don't have to take everything off, because once we take these 2 pieces off and turn the wheel, show you how you access the 3 bolts. Okay, we turn the wheel to the left, which is the driver's side, and from the back side of the housing here, we want that bolt, and we want this bolt right here, which are 15 millimeters, in order to take out the whole brake caliper housing. So from the back side with the wheel turned, that is the top bolt, then that's the side, and then on the other side we just turn the wheel the other way and you can access that last one. So we're going to take off the top and this side, then turn the wheel, and then get back and show you to get the last. For your top bolt, this is where you need the extension, because as you see how close it is to the drive shaft, so you need the extension to get it out. So that's what we needed, the extension. Now with the wheel turned to the passenger side, it's easy to get that last bolt out on the side. So one thing that I want to mention, when we pull this hub off, you pay attention to which way your line is coming in for your ABS sensor. So now with all 3 bolts removed, now the only thing there's left is to get the hub off, which we're going to take a baby sledgehammer, which I call it, and we're just going to tap evenly around it, and the hub will come. You're going to tap it, and there it is. The hub is out. So pay attention now. When you come, you have this bracket here that holds your ABS clip, and looking at this one, see if I can get in there, that's the line right here. See the cord? So that let me know that we need to put the new one over this way. Okay, so the old one and the new one, so as we see, it's the same. If you look at this little hump here and look at that little hump, so we want to put it back in the same way we took it out. So remove your plate and then put your plate on the new one, as so, and then just reinstall. Now once you take the old hub out, there'll be a lot of residue. So what we like to use is a cleaning wheel, which we will basically attach to our drill and put it in the inside and on the outside to get majority of that gunk off. So when we go to install it, you see the spline lines, zoom in, and then see the splines in there. So we basically gonna make sure that our cord is over here, and we're gonna hit it to the spline, and then it'll slide straight in. Okay, put your wire through first. Make sure you didn't forget to put that that clamp piece on there. So as you see the wire, So we know that this will be the top one over here. So put it in there. So right now he's just gonna turn it, feel for the splines, and there it is. And then he can just turn it a little bit and then install the bolts. And with the bolts, make sure you guys put some anti-seize on it. It makes it much easier in case you gotta take it off again. So now he's going to install the top bolt. And when you get all the bolts in there, just get it threaded. Don't tighten it down just in case you have to shift it side to side. So make sure you get all the bolts started before you go and tighten it down. Okay, we have the 3 bolts back installed. Now it's time to put in the axle nut. Tighten that down. Now on the driver's side, you put the new ABS sensor, face it down, clip it in, and then you just select and push the cord in there. You will hear it snap once it goes. Now you slide your rotor back on, and then we connect the brake caliper housing assembly. So now installing the whole brake caliper housing assembly, and make sure you anti-seize the bolts. Now with everything back together, you just put your wheel on now.